tackling food insecurity. And at the level of the federal government, we just got an announcement even on Tuesday where the president announced the creation of a new ministry, looking at the Ministry of Livestock Development. And some have said that this playing a double standard. After all, the responsibilities of the Ministry of Agriculture seems replicated in the ministry that has just been newly created by the president. And that ministry was inaugurated into office. The committee that will be running the affairs, looking into the affairs of the ministry, were inaugurated into office, and he happens to be the chairman of that committee. And this is to tackle the issues of insecurity, like he said, where the pastoralists and, of course, the farmers have been having perennial clashes. And some have said that this new ministry seems replicating of responsibilities, because we have the Ministry of Agriculture that would have been able to do that. So what do you see? How do you embrace the creation of this ministry as regards tackling food insecurity?
Well, the problem has never been the creation or the merging of any ministry or government agencies, but it is what will trickle down to the masses. If the aim is to solve a particular problem, and it does so, all well and good, I am for it. And I want to give him the benefit of the doubts. That, because if you look at the source of some of our insecurity challenges, is actually from farmer headers clash.
Farmers are unable to go to the farm because of the fear.
Yes, farmers are unable to go to the farm, and then because of that, there's shortage of food. So it's a very serious problem, because if we were all hungry or we are not sure of what we are going to eat, it will be difficult for us to be here, because it takes stamina to talk, and then we have to eat. So it is very good that he has talked about it. And let me also say, livestock is not just for food alone. It can be a very good foreign exchange spinner for us. When we are talking of hides and skin, when we are talking of the leather industry, shoes, handbags, and so on. So I would like us to look at it in that way, give it the benefit of the doubt, and then hope that it will actually bring an end to farmer headers clash. And then a very good source of protein, particularly for our young population. We might not need beef as much. And it's not only about cows. When we say livestock, we are talking about poultry.
Okay.
We are talking about piggery.
All right.
And so many other things.
Okay. Well, in straight words, some will even say that, because like I heard reports in some notes when I studied, some said, instead of doing all of this, having the responsibilities of Ministry of Agriculture being replicated in the Ministry of Livestock and Development, why don't you just ban open grazing? What is difficult in doing that? Get your reactions, Neville, in 2 minutes.
My reaction is supposed to commence from the reaction of Damisa Ituti Esquire.
Okay, I give you
because
15 seconds to react to
American democracy have what we call cardinal points of American democracy, which are derived from the Constitution. We come here, we don't carry phone to the studio to be pressing phone and be making references. Somebody who is not here that we are not seeing now may be pressing a phone and maybe countering whatever any person is saying here, which I condemn in its entirety. If you want to call me and Damisa to this studio, you can call the two of us here and ask us questions about American democracy. Yes, we slug it out. Why the whole world is watching us? Okay. That is that one. The president of the United States that is not able to present his case well is because of his age. He did debate as vice presidential candidate first time under Obama. Second time he did debate. The third time he did debate as presidential candidate. But now the man is aging, and the party make a incalculable mistake by not looking for a vibrant candidate to replace him. Okay, back so that is why, now the issue of food security and the establishment of the Ministry of Livestock. Instead of getting us a new ministry, isn't it just easy to say we ban open grazing? Yes, I have argued at several fora that we only have a federal government that is in Abuja. Then we have state government everywhere. We have local government everywhere. But the power to develop Nigeria is in the hands of the federal government that is in Abuja. You understand the point I'm trying to make?
Yes.
Now, let's start with Edo State. Edo State is a state in Nigeria that we're supposed to be talking about food security. Part of, if you pass through this Akure Road, part of this land here, from here to what's on one side.
Yes, I want you to react to the creation of the ministry. We are pressed for time.
Yeah, okay,
yes.
The creation of the ministry.
Do you admire the creation of the ministry?
Well, I do not admire the creation of the ministry because a duplication of the functions of a section of the Ministry of Agric.
Okay, exactly.
Now, that's number one.
Okay.
Number two.
You stop at number two.
We have never had a problem with livestock. The problem we have with livestock is the unguarded grazing and the security implications across the country. That is the problem. And any person, whether President Tinubu or myself as President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, if I want to solve that problem, I should solve the problem of open grazing and unguarded grazing.
Okay, thank you. Let's see how you greet that, Damisa. And if you see it as not the right way forward, then what should be the right way? Damisa Itote.
Yeah, I'm here. I don't know if you can hear me.
Okay.
The point is this. When agriculture goes wrong, every other thing will have no right to go right. Agriculture is the fulcrum of our livelihood as a nation. Ordinarily, I would have said, okay, the creation of the ministry, of the new Ministry of Livestock and Grazing, or livestock, or wherever, is not necessary. Ordinarily, I would have proposed it, I would have considered it as totally reprehensible. But the point is this: desperate times requires desperate measures. We are in desperate times in Nigeria. And I'm sure everybody can, attest to that.
So if you are saying that, then what's wrong in banning open grazing? That is the challenge.
Yeah,
banning open grazing, the one that makes our farmers unable to access their farmlands.
That is
what I'm saying.
We need ranches rather than all that we're having.
Yes. Food insecurity is staring us in the face. So a creation of this ministry will frontally address those issues.
Yes.
Okay.
The former ethnic clashes that have been going on. Now you can say a department or a director should want to do it. When the director wants to do it, becomes, maybe they treat it with kid globes. But when we have a ministry dedicated to those issues, it becomes addressed frontally.
Okay.
And the result will be imminent for us to see.
Thank you.
One other laudable policy, but let me just conclude on this. One other laudable policy is the waiver for the importation of certain food. Because we are not yet sustainable. So the creation of that ministry is very laudable. And I must commend Mr. President.
Thank you so much, Damisa Itote from Abuja, for taking the time to be part of this. Let's get your comments and your reaction to the creation. Matthew Edagasi.
In this country, we love to attend to serious issue in a very comic way. I do not know the rationale behind the creation of Ministry for Livestock. And if my idea about what they are trying to tell us is correct, they are trying to make room for the herders to have their own ministry, taking care of their own cattle. And livestock, as they want us to define it, is not restricted to cattle. Goats are livestock. Pigs are livestock. Chicken are livestock. Even snails and what they call rearing, they are part of domestic animals.
Okay.
So why are they creating a ministry for what the Ministry of Agriculture is established to do? Policies that have to do with agriculture, whether plants and animals, is within the purview of the bit of the Ministry of Agriculture. So this duplication of duplicity of parastatals has been our bane to national development.
Articulation for the mastery on the topic. And of course, big thanks to you, Damisa Itote from Abuja. And big thanks to you, Greg Iyayi, a seasoned legal practitioner, and of course, the political scientists in our midst, Neville Opakedo, lecturer at University of Benin. This is what we call it a wind up. Don't forget to join us sometime next week. I am Philip Omo Gupo. Goodbye for now.